I'm wearing my crucifix for this video because I rarely talk about subjects this dark, but animal torture is pretty bad. So, since I'm the law of attraction on crack, I attract all of the universal energies to myself based on the event that I'm speaking about. So, you can't see them, but I got like crystals all over. I'm burning Palo Santo, white candles, amethyst, smoky quartz, my selenite tower, and my white quartz, my clear quartz. Yeah! So I'm calling in protection on this subject. I do not want to attract the darkness associated with this subject to myself right now. That would be really bad. So, the Yulin Dog Meat Festival is something that occurs in China once a year. It was started in 2010, where thousands of dogs are tortured and killed and sold as meat for human consumption. And they torture these dogs because they believe it makes the meat more tender. And so when men consume the meat, it makes them more virile, supposedly. And this event is meant to celebrate summer solstice each year. So it's like, increasing their sexual prowess. And another belief is that eating dog meat helps with different health ailments, which also isn't true because they can have rabies or various bacteria, viruses, etc. So you could actually be infecting yourself by eating this meat because it's not regulated by, it's not regulated. I mean, there's no, health concerns. There's no regulation on the meat and the standards of it. So it's just random. And there's also no laws regulating how they treat these animals. So there's no animal, humanity laws protecting these dogs either. But these are stolen pets, where they're just stolen from people. They were their pets, so they have collars and chips, a lot of them. Or there's stray dogs that were just stolen off the street. And money is the main reason why this festival happens, because they make money off of the dog meat that they sell. It also boosts tourism because people come from far and wide to attend this festival each year. And it all starts with these dogs being captured and placed in these small cages, literally on top of each other, where they're on a truck for 2 to 3 days with no food, no water. So a lot of them die en route. But those are the lucky ones. The ones that live are actually tortured and then killed. And based on the documentaries that I forced myself to watch because I really didn't want to watch them, I'm an empath, so I would rather just keep my head in the sand and not watch such horrific things, but I forced myself to watch. And from what I saw, it was, they were hit over the head with hammers, they were plunged into boiling water, they were skinned alive, burned alive, strung up and beaten with baseball bats. And that's why I wanted to make this video, is because the people that are torturing and killing these dogs need to know what they're doing to themselves. Because basically what you're doing is you're broadcasting a signal to God, the big man upstairs, your creator, the universe. You are broadcasting a loud signal to the universe that says, I need to learn lessons. I need to learn lessons. I have a problem over here. I have a big problem over here, God. I need to learn lessons. And what I need to learn is that I shouldn't abuse power over vulnerable creatures who don't have a voice. I should have more compassion and empathy towards these creatures, and I shouldn't think that they don't experience pain. Because that's another misconception, is that, meat dogs don't experience pain and that pet dogs do. That meat dogs don't have any feelings, so torturing them isn't a big deal. So that's the signal that you're broadcasting to God. I have to learn lessons. I have no empathy. I abuse my power. And I think that they don't experience pain. Well, so your creator looks at you and says, you're right, I agree, you definitely have to learn lessons. And this is actually done out of love for you. Because your creator wants your soul to grow. Your creator wants your soul to grow and evolve. Because it actually strengthens your connection. So, your creator's going to look at you and say, okay, how can I teach you these lessons? Oh, I know. I'm going to place you in the dog's shoes. I'm going to initiate something called karmic balancing, where you are placed in the dog's shoes and made to feel what they experienced. That's how you learn. Maybe somebody abuses their power over you. Maybe somebody who has absolutely zero compassion shows you what it's like not to have any compassion, shows you to be the victim of someone with no compassion and abuse of power. And then it also shows you that those animals do experience pain because you're placed in their shoes. So everything that you're putting out into the universe by torturing and abusing these animals comes back to you. That's karma. That's universal law. There's no debating that. It's going to happen. It's a definite. There's no blessing yourself with holy water. There's no going to confession. There's no begging forgiveness. You have lessons to learn. And these are major, major, painful lessons to learn. So if you're going to participate in this Yulin Festival, you better think twice about what's coming back to you. You think the festival ends and that's it? You're wrong. You're wrong. That stuff sticks to you. What you just did sticks to your soul like glue and follows you around everywhere. I have lessons to learn. I have lessons to learn. I have lessons to learn. So in this lifetime or the next one, you're going to learn them. You're probably going to come back as a dog who's abused. You're going to be placed in their shoes. That's how you learn. That's how you grow and evolve as a soul. So when I look at these people who are abusing dogs, I think, wow, look what you're doing to yourself. Look what you're doing to yourself. You think you're doing that to a dog, and you are, but you're also doing it to yourself because it'll come right back at you. It'll come right back at you. And I can tell you, as somebody who deals with the divine and his angels every day, animals, you don't want it. That's a sore subject. That is probably the most sensitive subject. Animals have no voice. They are very vulnerable, and human beings often abuse their power over them. So it's a huge issue. It's a huge issue for the divine. It's a sore, sore subject to begin with. You do not want to be abusing animals. It's like pissing off God times 10. And then there's the converse of that. If you become an animal rights activist, you attract positive energy to yourself and positive karma times 10. It's like getting the cherries on the Pac-Man screen. So it's like animal rights activists are in God's favor. And that's one of the things that I also wanted to bring up is Lisa Vanderpump is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's on Vanderpump Rules. She has her own animal rescue called Vanderpump Dogs. She made a documentary called The Road to Yulin and Beyond about this subject. She pursued legislation. She raises awareness and really fights. She also rescued, last I heard, she also rescued 1,200 dogs from Yulin. So thank you, Lisa, for making that documentary. I did watch it. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time and effort to do that and to raise awareness. And thank you to your husband, Todd, as well. Thank you, Todd. But you guys are true earth angels. You guys are true light workers, speaking for the light, trying to help these animals. So someone was watching. So getting some serious applause from the other side. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and say thank you for enlightening me. Because I first heard about Yulin from you guys and felt like I should take the approach from a spiritual side and raise awareness and let these people know that all this karma is coming back to them. And then another thing that I wanted to bring up was the animal rights activists in China who are going against their own culture. Bravo to you guys for speaking out and for fighting for these animals. And please don't think you're not making a difference, because you are. You're making a huge difference. It's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming to go up against such a huge, dark evil. I mean, I am very, very clairsentient. So I am very sensitive to the feelings associated with this event. And so I could pick up on the pain and suffering of the animals. And that was very, very difficult. Very difficult to feel and experience. And it just, makes it very real for me. Just the energy behind this event is so incredibly dark. That's why I've got my cross and my whole spread here that you guys can't see. But that's really what I wanted to bring up, is stop this immediately. That's really what the divine is saying. Stop this festival immediately. It's not worth the money. Any amount of money you make off of this dog meat, it's not worth it. It's not worth the karma. It's not worth the darkness that you are attracting to your soul. Bad things are going to happen to you. You wonder why? This is why. This is why bad things are happening to you. Don't torture and kill animals. Don't do that. Don't do it. Dogs are pets. Dogs are pets. You're going against the universe. You're going against the divine. You don't want this karma. And as somebody who works with the other side all day, every day, I would definitely not want to be you. And to everyone else watching, take care and be well. Thank you.